She was born into an abomination. The encroaching of personal rights displayed by a federal government we like to call a family. Her family trying to decide how to raise their urchins by choosing either a communist mindset we all crave to achieve, equality and peace among us few human beings, or a monarchy paved into their minds as a child, branding their cerebral cortex like the leather that spanked their behinds was all that could be made through their philosophical rants and raves. The American dream, a white picket fence. Two little white kids with smiles on their faces, no glasses, no braces, no hate for what their race is, no. They're safe. Everyone drools for the American dream, the holy grail of democracy that we're all made to believe in. A last-minute miracle as you grasp for thin straws, but instead, your head is pushed against a wall, punished for the sins that you barely even believe in. She was born into a body, one that would be abused by the political system we are all forced to believe in, the tough love that we are all supposed to believe in. The only people that we have failed to believe in, my family who I no longer believe in. I was born into an abomination.
Hi, I'm Deontay Steele, and this is my poem, We Only. We only sit, slit wrists held together in acknowledgement. We only cry, crystalline tears praying the block don't choke us. We only sing pain and sorrow, grief not tomorrow, forever present. No present can replace the lack of presence of my father. We only speak short memory lane, swerve off hellish alleyway, divine comedy. Abandon all hope, ye who enters here. We only gallop. Rigged race is, cold case is, interlaced with asphalt of cigarettes. We only hide. A life, a hostless body, soil boils below, and crystalline tears on hellish alleyways. We only. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Annabelle. I am a junior at Cleveland School of the Arts, and this is my poem titled White Tables. At the white round table, surrounded in lace and frosted glass, quite tasteful, playing smooth blues and jazz to comfort and make me less hateful, white tables. Muffle my voice over the songs of the South and bind my hands. Black poser, knew none of yellow sands, men who'd eat you alive, no closure. Ask me about black stories and how I should speak for all of us. Turn pink when I bring up how you ate our territories whole. Compliment my diction and how I outdo my brother who speaks in gap tooth, who howls instead of hoots and refutes instead of spews. I know nothing of old Africa. In black stories, they'd rip out strands of naps and let 'em shrivel on white lace under red candlelight. Cut your tongue on a black caricature and let it bleed blue on their carpet, made of white wool and white cotton. But I know everything of New America, red, blue, and black, seated at a white table. Thank you.
The title of this piece is called Ivory. I've been told that my melanin is a gift, so they'll try to cut it off like elephant ivory, then get rid of the body to hide their tracks. I've been told that my survival is my only personality trait, because I don't live, just survived, covered in mirages of extinct pain. I've been told they will always have a choice. They could bleach away all the history, add heat to the roots, and forget where you came from. Needles can keep your mouth shut, only if it's small enough. But I've seen my ivory worn on the heads of the poacher, as if he invented it himself. I've seen them steal us for themselves, making us look like clowns, even though they're the ones wearing the makeup.
I don't get freedom. I get to watch my friends and family's lifelines end on the sidewalk. I don't get freedom because my friends who have died never got it. I don't get freedom because freedom isn't for me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tamia Atwater, a senior at Cleveland School of the Arts, and this piece is titled, Why Can't I Paint the House Mauve? Scenes in the bathroom become too elusive to handle. I watch the water from the sink drip on beat. The purple lights flicker on and off as screams fill the bathtub, and the rusty pipes yell back at them. I've dragged myself through the ringer more times than I can count. And today, the same as last week, I sit in the same spot. A million voices in and out of my ears like drive-through windows, and I just can't breathe. Lies replay in my head. I'm thinking, why can't I paint the house mauve? The thought rewinds and rewinds. Why can't I paint the house mauve? The bathroom caves in on me. The lights less purple and more of a lavender shade. My feet sweating, sliding back and forth, mopping the floor. Withdrawals aren't as impressive as the rap songs make them seem. Banging my head on the arm of the tub, this is the only arm I've ever had hold me my whole life. Thinking, why can't I just paint the house mauve? Euphoric vibes outside the door, remembering what you told me yesterday about rusty pipes being metaphors for baggage you house other people's shit, only for it to wear you down, morphing you into something that must quickly be replaced. Like chipping paint, if you pick it apart in the right places, you could make something beautiful. A mural, a miracle, a last hit, a last it's just why can I paint the house mauve? Don't you want to see it? Don't you just want to fall in love with something, even if it's just a color? Don't you want to see me in all shades?
You can't get in the way of what don't want to be stopped. Souls might be heavy, but strong people are always ready, prepared to take that hit or shape then shift. And all the while their heads held high, they keep that grip. Things do happen. Circumstances can be detrimental to esteem, but when you have no choice, you gotta push it to extremes, feeling like you can't stop this. Made from a unique cloth, and you can't cop this, you can't mock this, cause till you feel it in your bones or you're burning like acetone has been spread on your open wounds, a feeling of feeling doomed, like your body has been exhumed from its resting place, like a lab rat in a testing space, running through a maze, causing question of your moral strength. I'll still strap up my Timbs and paint my face, cause my life matters and yours does too. You can cut a tree down, but it'll still have roots. And when another one grow, I bet it still grow fruit. You can steal some gold, but that don't mean you got the loot. Cause I'm searching, we searching, but that don't mean we lost our truth. People grow in spite when you try to keep them down. So if you can't beat them, step aside. Cause at the end of the day, if it don't stick, then it sure won't bind.
The bullets that fly by are destined for one target. It goes around the privileged and supremacist, avoiding the hate-spreading social discriminators straight into the body of a person who just happens to be Black, right? A regular person going about the day, but you don't like how proudly they walk in the skin that you hate, how they show off how much they love where they come from, and God forbid they're screaming Black Lives Matter. The injustice we face is something we're used to. The people who look over the fire are the root of the issue. You can't look over the fire and then try to understand how it feels to be in the flames. They go blind when we keep it peaceful. but they see when we give them a reason to open their eyes. For them to see past our skin tone, we have to be disguised, but we don't hide. So if I told you I would, I lied. Under our strong stances, there are distant cries. This isn't the land of the free. There is no justice for all. They look at us sideways, but we look straight ahead, tunnel vision. Blur out the hate because we're on a mission. That's why we stay. That's why we question the motive of every white person we meet. Balance is required for peace. There is no peace because the scale is tipped. Do you know what it feels like to get a side eye for walking with a hoodie on? Do you know what it feels like to be pinned down with a knee in your neck, gasping for what you didn't know was your last breath? I know who would, but he can't tell his story anymore. His skin tone was darker, so he wasn't human anymore. But that is going to be the last time. The last time one of my people fall because their skin is seen as a crime.
I can't breathe. I gasp for air as I check my mirror, light spilling through the reflection. The color was anxiety blue and fear for my life red. A thought then passes through my head. Should I stay or start fleeing? Ask me for information like I'm not a human being. He calls me boy like he doesn't see a man. He does this intentionally just because he can. When we ask why, they say we don't comply and they call for 3 other guys. The pavement is cold until blue bodies jump on my back, warming me like a heated blanket. They tell me to put my hands back like they already don't have them, grabbing aggressively like I attacked them, but the roles are reversed. I need to stay calm so I don't end up with a hearse in church. I lay still, imagining strong winds on the beach as they strike my body. Blood in my mouth. Tastes like iced coffee. On a nice spring morning, what did I do to deserve this treatment? I just stopped.
Hi, my name is Elia Roberts, and the second poem I'll be reading for you today that I wrote myself is called Love is Timeless. One world, one sound. What we practice, we need to preach. But the only sound I hear are guns going off in the streets. Children crying, children dying, being separated from family. Name calling, guns cracking. Is this the world that future generations need to see? We all blossom from the seed that brought us love in war. But the only love we seem to bring ain't love from an open door. The hate we receive is coming full throttle. Your hair's too nappy, you're too skinny, you're too dark, you're too black. You're too black. There are no enemies, it's just our enemies that derive us to keep the shackles under lock and key, making the cuts that we bleed through, the hate they duck us into, the lies they tell their children, the stories that they kept hidden, the hate they keep on giving, the words that got us tripping, that make us question the cost of living. We swallow each other's words and cough them out like we all got bronchitis, that ISIS through our iris, making kneeling seem like a crisis, thinking black lives aren't all that priceless. The hate is temporary, but our love is timeless. See, that's what most people forget. Our hate is temporary, but love is timeless. Love is timeless.
Dear Heart Girl, your love is the most powerful thing on this earth. Keep that. When people take you for granted, love more, stronger, harder. You deserve to love. It's who you are. Don't let the evil of this world stop you from loving. That's what we're put on this earth for. Heart girl, your feelings are valid. People are going to hurt you. Friends are going to betray you. Relationships will feel one-sided. But in the midst of all of that, do what's best for you in order for you to keep loving. Heart girl, I pray that you loved and be loved. Harder, stronger. Because your love is the strongest feeling on this earth.